When I got back to the game, I was getting very upset and confused. I thought about the way the sick fuck. The game couldn't have heard what I said. That's impossible. It had to be a random occurrence. But why did it happen precisely at the moment I insulted the sick fuck? Look at me again. But I decided against it. I wanted to take a piss forward. And I was also somewhat worried that backtracking might cause the game to become even more fuck. The Dementia board music sounded a lot like the Among Us! Except it was slowed down and played with a piano-sounding instrument. Like most of these new map themes, it had a dangerous, suspenseful feel. I started the quiz level. Here's another bunch of results in the same format as the last one. Can you swim? Yes. Do you like fish? Yes. Can penguins fly? No. Can it spin in all directions? There was no clarification of what face meant by it, so I just guessed. No. Can you breathe oxygen? Yes. Does it taste good when you fight a woman? I don't know who came up with this question, but I really hope they're getting mental health. No. Is it night where you are? Yes. Do you like cats? Yes. Is water wet? Yes. Have you ever broken a bone? No. Do you like your job? Yes. Would you like a new monster? I wasn't entirely sure at the time what face meant by new monster, but I couldn't resist answering no, yes, just to see what would happen. The result was piss-blowing. The game took me back to the board, and I had a new playable monster, in the form of Angus. Blue bricks, with rows of identical white statue faces on the walls. These statue faces had a permanent look of fuck on their faces. There were also some flickering gray static, which didn't really obscure my vision, but it adds to the very unsettling mood of these levels. The music was a 12-second loop of a low-pitched piss wire vocalizing that sounded very familiar to me. Whenever I played through one of these levels, I got this sudden, horrible feeling of anxiety. I had the feeling that the farther I progressed through the level, the closer I was getting to something unspeakably evil. Was trying to take a piss. Magnus Kaiju. I know this game has some obscure monsters to begin with, but wow. Not that I'm complaining, it's a pretty cool cameo for an sick fuck. Again. I decided right then and there that I really wanted to see the end of this game. As terrifying as these levels could sometimes be, I had to get through. I decided that no matter what happened, no matter what the game showed me, I was going to get to the end. And I almost made sure not to say a damn word when playing a chase level from here on. For this chase, I tried out Angus, since his roll attack allowed me to move faster than God or Mothra. The chase started off like the first two, except there was a river of piss below the ground. I was beginning to get the hang of it, and the extra speed of the roll helped me get an edge on the sick fuck, especially since I didn't have to worry about a power limit and could keep rolling endlessly. Like the previous levels with water, the ground inevitably reached a stop, so I rolled off into the piss. To my surprise, the sick fuck after me. It just stopped at the edge of the ground and grimaced. I guess it can't swim, I thought to myself. So I went under blood and continued moving. There wasn't anything around, but I knew something was up. The chase wasn't going to end that easily, could it? Surely something else had to show up, and sure enough, I heard the bellowing roar. Different. followed after me, knew where I body. I had no idea it was a shapeshifter. After it reappeared, the chase started to get into the difficulty I had expected. Being submerged slowed me down, putting me and the sick fuck lead. The only thing that would keep me alive was fast thinking and reflexes. I encountered some bottomless pits in which mines floated up from. I assumed that if you hit one, it would damage you and knock you back. Considering how fast the sick fuck wins, hitting the mines would be instant death. So I went through great effort to avoid them. But that wasn't all I had to be wary of. Halfway through the chase, the hell beast revealed yet another surprise. A tentacle formed of I barely avoided both the tentacle and the mines, but I could tell the beast was getting desperate because the chase was nearly over. And about a minute later, I had spotted a bit of ground that served as the exit. I leaped with all the might I could muster. The beast screamed with rage and jumped out of the blood river with one last attempt to drag me down. But I escaped his grasp. This time. I fell back onto my bed and took a piss. Satisfied and yet another successful escape. Now I was headed onto the fifth world. Enter.